Hey, welcome to the worship team training. Again, we are starting to introduce some new applications and web pages and things that we'll be using from the worship team perspective. And so, if you're a member or have ever wanted to be a member of the worship team, these are just some short little training that you should probably go through. Today, we're going to be talking about planning by We or Worship Extreme. It is a website or a cloud-based way to get to our database. And so you do have to have an account set up. Some of you by now on the worship team have accepted the account email, I think, that you would have received last week. And so we want you to get in and start playing with it. And we're going to show you several different things today, trying to keep these under 5 minutes or so. Let me, first of all, tell you that you can open up this website on really anything. If you have a cell phone, you can go to the Worship Extreme planning site by going to planning.worshipextreme.com. You can pull it right up on your cell phone. This is my cell phone. This is what it'll look like when you finally get logged in. I've updated my picture. Most of you don't have a picture, but it will tell you right from the dashboard what services you have scheduled and some other information. You can also, on the unavailable dates, set calendar links so that you are not scheduled if you happen to be gone on vacation, or kind of as a reminder reminder, I guess, to the worship leaders that you are going to be out that weekend, so they don't start scheduling songs around you and those things. The other thing you can do, the word subscribe right underneath there, under your name, you can actually link that right to your calendar as well, so that as you are being scheduled for these different things, it'll appear right on your cell phone's calendar. I think there are 2 or 3 different calendars currently in this brand new software that'll sync to it. But again, I guess the main point right now is you're free to pull it up on your cell phone right from whatever website or web surfing software you use. I have it over here on my iPad as well. So there's my iPad right in Safari. Again, I can go right to planning.worshipextreme.com. If you have logged in, if you were able to log in last week, then you have access to all of this. I may not have all the position or permissions set correctly, but I'm hoping that most of you can see the songs and you can see the services. There are a few of you, I'm going to be putting a little bit of pressure on Brother Hector, Brother Val, Nathan, and Eric here a little bit to start in and really get playing with this. And I'll try to open up your permissions as we go so that you can start scheduling and working with the song database and keys and things like that I've been aware of. I'm going to flip over here to my computer just to show you on my computer again. So here's right from the computer. If you still are a little confused on what this is, you can start by just going to the Worship Extreme web page. That's Worship Extreme, all one word, .com. This is the software that we use that has many different products that we are planning to use. Here are the products listing right there. Presenter is the worship computer that is going to be on all campuses. We're still working to get a computer ready for Sheldon. Planning is what I am talking about today. This is where we're planning services and rehearsing services, so that some of you that do not believe this is necessarily for you, we want you to get using planning so that you can start practicing during the week as your worship leaders set the songs available. And then Music Stand is a replacement to OnSong. Now, some of you are going to stay with OnSong, and that's fine, and we can keep maintaining databases and passing songs that way. But as an alternative, this company is beginning to develop a OnSong-like app called Music Stand. And that's going to let us be able to connect everything from our presentation computer to our planning schedule of a service, all the way down to the actual live events. You'll be able to connect all this into one database rather than us trying to paste and copy and paste and try to find where this works. So let me just give you a quick example. Right from the Worship Extreme, if you're still struggling, you could click on Planning Center and go to and start. If you've already logged in last week, then you have access to the Planning Center. So here is mine as a user. I'm scheduled for Sunday morning, and so there is mine. I've already accepted that I am going to be available. I have set some, again, dates that I am not going to be available, and I've saved that. I have hit this sync here, right here, or subscribe, subscribe. And I've connected it both to my Google Calendar and my Outlook calendar and my iPhone calendar. So I've went ahead and subscribed that, so it's already on my phone. I can set reminders and things like that, so I know that it's up for me. We'll be using this for our preachers and too, but here, it's 5 minutes right now. Let me give a little push towards Val and Hector and Nathan and Eric. I really want you guys to get familiar with this and get in. So in the service tab over here on the left, you can click on. I've been working today on Sunday morning service because that's the worship set I have. I already received Hector's worship set. So this is, again, the set that Hector sent me. So some of you that are wanting to practice and look at these before service, they're already here. They're already in. They're already prepared for our worship display or our presenter computer. So we don't have to type anything in. Both Hector and Val and Nathan and them, you could add items. So if you wanted to come in here and add to this service, you can click add. You can go in and select right from our song database. Eventually we're going to get Song Select connected here. But if you wanted to add a song like Nothing But the Blood, you can go ahead and just click on that. It'll add it to the bottom here of the list, and you can just kind of drag it into where you want to. Maybe you want to sing that as a pre-service prayer song, or maybe you want that as the altar song or the altar call. We could drop it in there, and that has already queued up everything that takes place behind the scenes, and is going to save us a lot of time. I'm going to go ahead and delete that, so I'm just going to hit edit and delete again. So there is that. But here is the people again. Val and Hector and Nathan and Eric is kind of sub-helps there. You can come right in here. We're going to queue up the live stream sound booth, so Madison hasn't accepted that yet, for Marathon on this date here on September 12th. Our Sunday school eventually is going to be connected to there. Our door greeters, our cleaning schedules, everything will be connected eventually. And here's the worship team. We've already had 2 accept that. Eric and Nathan have accepted that they're going to be available for that. But here is the bigger thing, Brother Val and Brother Hector, that's really going to help your people. This rehearsal tab right here. All our praise singers should go to this rehearsal tab. You can come over here and see the lyrics. As you scroll down, you can see, we're going to be singing Stones in Marathon. This is a newer one. I'm not familiar with it. It's already queued up here to be displayed on the worship computer. If you're a musician, there's the chord sheet for it already. If you want to see it right from OnSong, we have some PDFs of this. But here's the I guess neater thing right now. Under Stones, there's a bunch of music that's queued up so you can listen to it. There's as POA sing Stones, so you can hit play and sing along with that and practice right along with it. If you go in here, Surrender is a newer one that we've been doing. Here's Hillsong with lyrics, and so you can click on that here on Hillsongs. You can go over to lyrics here. You can follow along on the screen. It's following along. So you can really start rehearsing all of these to the best of our ability. We're starting to queue up music and queue up song sheets. You can just go right through them and begin to practice or sing along. The blood, I have not put anything in there. I Thank God we're going to be doing. And so again, there's the YouTube to kind of remind you at least of the original. And if we can keep adding, Brother Val and Hector, you can keep adding to these music. You can delete. If I put the wrong one in, you can delete it. If you're working on a key, you can add it too. And so there's just a ton of things we can do, and practice behind the scenes would really start helping us. You can actually edit the song right there, and if you want to change the key or the chord sheets or add any of these things right under edit, you can do that as well. If there's a new song, this will come up blank. There will be nothing in there. You can go ahead and start typing in the words or pasting in the words if you want to. If you already have it on song, I've just been copying and pasting. There's a couple of things that I've had to change just a little bit because of the difference in format, but really pretty simple to maneuver around. If you're just interested in adding songs, you can come here and add songs all day long, and then down here is where the people is. So nothing big today. I just want you to get in and start using it. Please, 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 please. I'm going to be putting a lot of pressure on Hector and Val, and as their time is very limited as well, I'm going to be asking Nathan and Eric to kind of take a peek at it and see what they can do. So please start looking at the planning. For those of you in Sheldon, you can, as when we start adding you, I believe next week I'll start adding some of you, Sister Chris Wilson and Sister Marlis, I'll start adding you. I think I have just added Ashley on there as well. You can help me start looking at it, adding databases or putting hymns in there in the format that we've been putting hymns in there. So just a lot of things. And again, it doesn't matter if you have an iPad, because we have an iPad here, or if you've got it on an iPhone or a computer. This is a website used for planning our services, and it's really going to start alleviating some of the pressure on the media team, which is basically my wife and I and Madison, with some help with Eden and Ashley and those people that have been scrambling behind the scenes to get all your songs up and working. So we'll look at some of the other apps that this all connects to, but please, 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 as you have some time, dig into the Worship Extreme website and start looking at the software or the web software that we're using called Planning. If you don't have a password yet, I think you can hit the reset and it'll start walking through a series of things that'll help you get your own password so you can get online too. So God bless you. Thank you for sitting through this. I went twice as long as I was supposed to.